I know we heard the word finale.
Yeah.
Just address that a little bit to everybody. Yes, all signs are pointing that way, but just your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really thinking about it. I know it's going to be a question, throughout the season. So, in an attempt to not have it come up all the time, I think it's definitely safe to say that all arrows are pointing towards this being my last year. But at the same time, like I said, I don't necessarily want it to be just about that. I think that happens a lot when players announce their retirement prior to a season. So I'm not really using the R word.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, one more year, another. We'll see what happens.
Team first, it's always been your motto, and we see that with this deal. We see this how you play. How important is that in sport? And you mentioned it, social media. It's a lot about look at me, look at my picture, look at my shot. But talk about that team first mentality with you.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, I feel lucky that I'm not growing up now because it is tough. It is tough. I mean, I sense it in my own social media activity. But I really, and I said this in the press conference, I really believe that all the things that an athlete could want in this world of professional sports generally comes with winning. It's not to say winning is the end-all be-all, because you have players who have gone through their careers, who had wonderful careers, who didn't win. That doesn't mean they had bad careers. It doesn't put, I don't think it doesn't put like a ding in anything they've accomplished. But at the same time, I feel like when you put the team first, all the individual stuff generally follows. And for me, that's kind of been a guiding light. And I've seen it work in my own experience, dating back to even high school. So after 20 plus years of seeing it work, I feel like that is a way to approach things and have success.
Success you've definitely had. 20 plus years I've watched you now at games, at press conferences, and break your nose. And I don't seem to think you ever have a bad day. And yes, you do have bad days, and there are a lot of bad days. But how do you take that philosophy of you don't let the rest of everybody see that? You're always, smiling and keeping positive.
Yeah. I don't know that I do such a great job all the time with that. But that's a part of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. Being a pro athlete, you're not going to have your best day every day. You're not going to have your best game every game. I always say it's like I've been here, 20 or so years. I've only won 4 times. That's, 16 plus years of not winning, of not finishing the job, of probably having a bad game, going home at the end of the day, the season ending with a loss. So I've experienced more of that than I have the winning. And I think that's really what it is. It's learning how to deal with both sides of that and not letting it kind of define you, but using it as motivation for the next time.
Okay, my last question real quickly is we've heard so much about it. You are Storm basketball, and so many people pumping you up out here, and I know you hate that stuff, but all I want to know is what does Storm basketball mean to you? I mean, you've spent 2 decades in this city and the fans, this organization. What's it meant to you?
I mean, it's been everything. I really feel like my relationship with the organization, with the city, with the fan base is unique because they've watched me grow up and they've been a part of shaping who I am. And in some ways, I think when it's all said and done, in some ways, it'll probably mean more to me than it does to anyone here right now, because it really has been a huge part of my life. And when I think of the city of Seattle, people ask me all the time, like, oh, where do you think you're going to live when it's all said and done? This will always be home in one way or another. I think I will always keep a home here. I will always come back. I joke, when I land at SeaTac, like, I exhale and I'm like, I'm home now. And I don't think that feeling is ever going to go away because I truly feel as if I've grown up here.
I love it. Thank you, Sue.